Welcome to the session 2 of the first chapter. So previous class we started with the switches and how the switches can be connected. The three ways with the switching technology we have seen. First one, it was a datagram. Okay, so datagram we called it for a connectionless for that purpose we use the datagram. Okay, how we maintain the forwarding table, that is also called as the routing table. That was the previous session discussion. So the second technique for a switching is a virtual circuit. It is also for a connection approach. Okay, so connection approach, I want to give you the example of a normal telephone. Okay, so in the telephone, how you do, before dialing up there will be some normal landline telephone, some setup has to be done. So here from Davangere, if I want to call it for a Bangalore, first I have to connect to the local BSNL tower, then to the Bangalore tower, then to the respective home. It is the case. So here directly how I connect means I should know the telephone number, right? I should know the telephone number of the person whom you want to talk. Also you need to know the code, STD code we used to call, no, that STD code we used to know. So that is the we call it as the address. What is the address here? Our telephone number is the address. What is the STD? STD means we can call it as the another switch I am connecting, right? Another switch number, that one I should know. If I am dialing within the Davangere means, then there is a no need for a STD code. Why? It will come under the same network and it will be work within the same switch. But when I want to connect to the another subnet which come under the another switch, so I should know that switch address. What is that switch address? Here is our STD code is a switch address. So this is the technology. Around this technology we'll deal with the actual discussion of this virtual circuit for a connection approach. Okay, so how it will work, how the mechanism it should follow, that one we will see here. See the diagram which we have taken, it is already there in the textbook. Okay, there are switch 1, switch 2, switch 0 and switch 3, and there is a switch host A to host B I need to communicate. Okay, from host A to host B I need to communicate. So it has to first go with the switch 1 and switch 2 and switch 3, switch 4. So as I told here, in the telephone I should know the complete telephone number. Here host A should know the complete address of the host B. Then only the communication setup has to be done. So connection setup, how he has to done. Here another some few terms are there. First one, there is a this one we previous session we have seen the port number. Here we call it as the interface. Okay, these numbers we call it as the interface. And this one virtual circuit identity number. Virtual circuit identity number. Okay, this one is the virtual circuit identity number and the switch number. These are all the basic setup you have to do. So here the connection, first you have to get connect, then the data transfer has to be done, right? In the telephone, first we have to make sure that the telephone connection is set up, then only you can communicate with each other, right? So how the switch connection setup we have to do. Here every switch maintains the one of the virtual circuit table. Okay, every switch will maintain the virtual circuit table. We can it as the local BSNL office, like that we can see. How this virtual circuit table will be maintained means connection setup for a switch 1. Okay, switch 1. We understand from host A to host B how it has to do. So here the incoming interface, we call it as the 2. Incoming interface is the 2, and incoming VCI, virtual circuit identifier, is 5. Okay, and what is the path? This is the path. From where should it has to leave? From the interface 1 it has to leave. That's why the outgoing interface is 1. Okay, this is for a switch 1. Then where it has to go? It has to go to the switch 2. So in the switch 2, how the table will be updated? Switch to incoming interface is what? Incoming interface is 3, and incoming VCI is 11. See, every time the VCI identification number will be changed from switch 1 to the switch 2. When it passes, its identification number change. That is also allocated by the switch. Okay, and outgoing interface, which path it has to go? In the 2, and outgoing VCI 7. Okay, so then it will reach the switch 3. Switch 3, incoming interface is 0, incoming VCI is 7, right, and the outgoing interface is, where is host B? In this direction is host B is there. So what is the outgoing interface? 1. And what is the outgoing VCI? 4. VCI here and the port number here. So this VCI, initially host A will send the first VCI number, then it will be updated when it will go to the switch. So like this, every switch it has to be updated as the connection is set up. Okay, this is the VC table for a switch 1, switch 2, switch 3, when the communication is going between the host A to host B. Okay, now so after that mechanical connection has done, like wires, switches, the mechanical connection, after it done, A sends a setup connection message. So what is like it should contain the complete destination address. Complete destination address. So when it will go to the host B, it will send the acknowledgement. So when the acknowledgement is received, then the communication can be done. So here I am taking the example of a telephone. When you dial the number, at least it will take a few seconds to get connected. Okay, before dialing I am telling, it will take a few seconds to get connected. Why? Because of this one. So back at the back end, this set up a message and the acknowledgement received, such kind of a mechanical will be going on. That's why it will take at least few seconds it will take. So this is the setup message. After communication, it has to tear down, means when you cut down the telephone number, how actual behind the scene it will work now. When A no longer wants to send the data to host B, it tears down the connection. How? By sending a tear down message. That is also small kind of a packet. Tear down message to the switch 1. From A to B we are communicating. From A to B we are communicating. A, earlier it is connected to the switch 1. Right, A it is earlier connected to the switch 1. So A, it will send the tear down message. So like that, switch 1 removes the relevant entry from the table. So like what we mentioned, this table here, that kind of a setup it will remove. Okay, after that one it will be informed to the next further switch 2, next to the switch 3, like that it will inform, and the complete setup will be what the complete setup will be removed. That's why when you try to call at the same time, you will get the engage message. Engage message till the connection is disconnected, then only you can get connected. That means till that connection has to be tiered down. Okay, and forward the message and continues with the different switches. This is the how the switch connection setups has to be done in a VC tape with the reference of telephone. If you understand, it will be easy for you. Okay, so after that there are certain things you have to understand about the virtual circuit. At least this one, it will take a 1 RTT of time. RTT of time, round trip time, we have seen in the previous first chapter, round trip time. Why? Because of this. A sends a setup message, it has to come the acknowledgement, so it will take a 1 round trip time. This is a one direction is a latency, and two-way direction sending a setup message and receiving the acknowledgement, so that is a 1 RTT. That much of time it will take. That's why few seconds it will take to get the connection. Second things you have to understand, header contains the full address, right? We have see that, remembering I told you with the STD code, when we talk of the connection with the international call, right? From Bangalore to the another state, if you want to connect from Maharashtra, you need to understand the different code, that state code, district code, then the local number, like, right? This is the when this all the information it will be there in a header. The header will be the heavy, means it will take a much memory. In a simple time, if you want to tell, it will take a much memory. So these are all the VCI it has to maintain, and the host B address it has to maintain. So header will take the much memory in the packet itself. This is the one of the disadvantage you can also tell. This is also disadvantage, and this is also disadvantage. How, as a human being, you cannot remember complete the STD code, ISD code, and the local number. Then the telephone came, you to store the mobile came to store the number. So in the telephone, this was the case. Okay. So when the connection is damaged due to some telephone, some due to some rain or thunder, or some electrical tear down may happen, means new established connections can be done. Again, it will take a certain time. You need to inform to the local BSNL office, that person has to come and establish that thing. So that is the thing. And to set up path, that it will follow the some routing algorithm. See, from DVG to Bangalore, I may choose the different path, like Chitradurga or some Tumkur. I may reach here, or I go to the Shimoga and I may reach here. So which path you have to choose, that will be decided with the some routing algorithm. Routing algorithm, that is some shortest distance path browser algorithm will be C. Okay, so this is the routing algorithms it will follow to set up the things. So based on that routing algorithm, the connection can be set up. Then the quality of a service is maintained in an every stage. Okay, from local to the BSNL office, then to the another switch and another switch. Quality of service will be assured here. See, it for to get connected, it will take a time, but once it is get connected, there is no loss of a packet, and it continuously you can talk. So that is the quality of service it will be provided. And congestion may happen here. Congestion, okay, some traffic kind of a thing it may happen. So when for the same person there is a multiple person trying to call that person, means some engage kind of a sound you will get. So congestion may happen here. So switcher should have enough buffer space to handle the case. Buffer means where we can store the some extra packets. Okay, now you can, that will ask you for a hold. Okay, when you call the thing, it will ask you for a hold. So that one it will maintain in the buffer space. This is a solution they are giving for avoiding a congestion. Okay, so now in an VC we use an optical fiber, that is also called as optical switching. So it is invented in the year 2000. Okay, um, they are also used in the internet. Why? Because there are maybe many good reasons you can use here. This current using optical switching supports the multiplexing, and we can use the optical amplifier, okay, to give us strength for a signal, that is the amplifier. And we can give us some other reasons like switches can be made, can provide microscopic electronically controlled mirrors to avoid the interruption. Okay, and optical switch has a large number of interfaces that understand the sonnet framing. Sonnet framing, that is in the second chapter we are studying. So these are all the advantages. Because of these advantages, this optical switching we will be studying. They are most used in the nowadays. That's the thing we can say. So the examples for a virtual circuit, there are a few networks are there. First network is a X2.5 network. Okay, so take this as one of the assignment, or you can do a small paper on this. Like just Google it and search what is the X2 network, how it works, the packet format, etc., etc. So this is very interesting for you for a further study. Example, and another example is a VPN is there. VPN, virtual private network. Another frame relay, and another is an ATM. So this one they may ask for the short note. So few points you have to note about the ATM. ATM is also called as the asynchronous transfer mode. So it is a, what it is means, it is a well-known virtual circuit connection. Or the example you can say means it is a well-known virtual circuit, and it comes only in a one size. The packet size will be limited to the 53 bytes only, fixed number of a size. Okay, so it is well suited for a telephone, and variable length of the, okay, if this the thing you have to understand. When variable length of packet will come now, the capacity is 53 bytes only. Suppose 47 length it will comes means it will be accumulated, it should be accumulated to the complete 53 by doing the cell padding. By doing the cell padding means it will add some extra buffer kind of a message to make it as a 53. Okay, again if the suppose that the packet come with a size of a 58 means it will divide. So first packet will be 53 and the second packet will be of 8, 5, 7, right? So remaining it has to do to make it as a 53. The extra with the cell padding we have to do. At any cost the packet should be with the fixed size of a 53. So the remaining gap should be completed with the buffer, that is called as the cell padding. This is the ATM short note they may ask, and there is a packet format is also there, the small diagram what it will do, that one you can refer the textbook. Okay, so this is the VC table, how the connection is set up, the maintaining of the VC table, certain points, and the ATM.